My M340i has been sitting in my driveway now for almost 2 weeks. And you guys wanna know what the issue is? Just guess. Why would this thing be sitting here collecting frost? I mean, oh my gosh. This is like forged carbon fiber. I have never seen frost like this. Anyways, sorry for getting sidetracked. What do you guys think it could be? Could it be my turbo? Could it be my DME? Maybe a cabin air filter? I mean, come on, man. There's only one thing that could be causing something like this. And it starts with reflex. The mode of reflex has been keeping my M340i prisoner. I have not been able to do a single log, a single data log on this thing since the intake manifold was installed, port injection, my direct injection upgrades. This thing has been a tomb. It's like a museum piece now. And it's just one little tiny thing causing it to be like this. So fellas, welcome back to the channel. Stick around to the end of the video. It's gonna be a fun one. We're gonna get this problem finally figured out. We think it's just one little issue with the sensor in terms of setting the PSI with the LPFP, which is low pressure fuel pump. I've had my tuner Shoop on the phone. I've had random people in the industry on the phone trying to figure this out, even TMS themselves, and still nothing. So we think it might be a sensor issue, but man, oh man, we should be able to get it figured out today. But the good news is everything has been looking... Hey, all right, let's pipe it down. What's that movie, The Birds? They're talking mad about my reflex. I already know they are. Anyways, luckily everything else seems to be running smooth. I did do a 2500 to 4K log and sent that over to Shoop. He said it looks good. Just the issue is obviously it not reading the pressure when the port actually kicks on. So if we do get this solved today, I already have the secondary file ready to load up, the revision. I'll slap that puppy on, and boy, oh boy, we're gonna get the steamboat party started with this guy. So there she blows. I mean, guys, come on now. How hard do you think it was for me to just sit and not drive this car after it just looks so good? This gets me excited. This gets me hyped up. So that sensor I'm talking about actually runs beneath the car. There's like a little 0 to 10 bar sensor there that's connected to the low pressure fuel pump. And we think that sensor might be faulty. Hopefully it's not an issue with the wiring or the harness when it comes to the reflex, but you guys probably know the pain. I know a lot of you other guys have probably dealt with port injection issues. It's so much more complex. You know, it's just a matrix of different opportunities that could go wrong, but it's definitely worth it for the money. So if you guys are willing to take on the Goliath, then go get your port on. We are at Redmond Automotive Care Experts, and let's finally get this reflex stuff solved because my oh my. Oh man, dude, look at those. Guys, just trust me. I think a lot of you probably have an idea of what's coming on the hood. This guy is about to look crazy. I wish you guys knew how excited I am, because if you know, you know, and it's gonna transform this car. It's gonna be a little baby M5 CS. So we're gonna get her all nice and pulled in and get this party started. We are disconnecting the sensor from the reflex. We are swapping it out for a new one. And one thing Shoop wants us to do is disconnect this boost regulator right here. Fingers crossed, let's hope it's just the sensor we're dealing with and not something else, but it might just be the sensor because apparently they're a little flimsy. All right, here we go, fingers crossed. I'm opening it right now, let's see. No, this is exactly, check it out.
Doing last time.
See how it's just,
yeah, it's just sitting there.
you know how the other ones have these lines? It's almost like the lines went away. It's those reflexes, man. I love motive reflexes. All right, guys, we're on to something. We're getting a reading right here. We're on to it. So that's the little guy, that little sensor. And then we have the second pump right now. It's triggered, which is basically the port pump. And you'll see this number should go up when you adjust the pressure of it. 43.5 is what we're looking for. It's going up. 36, you want to be looking at this or no?
You tell me when it's at 43.5.
I think we can call that.
Yeah, we're
I don't think we need to be. I don't think we need to be right on the money. That's pretty freaking close though. So as long as that is set with the car on, we're good, because this would be at 100% duty, right? Like this is max flow. Like this is if the port's kicked on, this is everything.
Port's kicked on, it's running.
And then when the boost regulator is reconnected, this shouldn't.
That should stay the same.
It should stay the same. Okay.
Or close.
Alrighty, fellas. Pretty much the entire issue the whole time, the car just needed to be on for us to set the fuel pressure. So it was pretty much just a big miscommunication. No worries. Obviously, we got it figured out. Man, I just let that thing sit there and rot for a week. A week and a half. It just sat there and melted. It got snowed on. Birds were pooping on it. Fellas, we could probably have been fully tuned by now. We could have been at that 850 wheel. All right, we're not doing that until obviously the transmission is built. I mean, what? I'm excited now. I finally get to do an actual log. We're gonna go all the way up from 2500 to basically red line. So we're gonna make sure there's no issues with the port or anything like that. And then once we're in the clear, I mean, it's gonna be fun. I'm also taking this thing on a road trip back up north. So this is good timing. I mean, we might be able to get a little bit of logs in so I can get a little bit silly, you know, have a little bit of fun on the trip. You know, it'd be boring to drive this thing in comfort mode, if you know what I mean. So what are we waiting for? Let's go do some logging. Oh baby, how I miss this. Oh baby. I just forgot how much I miss the B58 as a musical instrument. I think I need to reflash my XHP though. It doesn't feel as aggressive. So I got her all nice and set up here. I'm gonna wait till we get out on the freeway. We're gonna do a little log. I'm not gonna do anything crazy, obviously, just because we're in our first stages of actually being able to tune this thing. We're only gonna be going from 2500 to 6500 RPM, which is pretty much a full pool. Red line's right at 65. Anyways, basically what I'm trying to say, I have all these K-bands going on right now. We're gonna be nice and gentle. When we're at 100% duty, you know, everything is running like it's supposed to be. Everything is functioning correctly. There's only one way to know. I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, just because I wanna, you know, I want everything to be in harmony. I want that B58 harmony, that port injection harmony. Manual mode all the way up to fourth, DSC all the way off. Here we go, let's see. Damn, we hit traffic. We're not pushing that much boost. I know that for a fact. I mean, we are just on pump gas, don't get me wrong, we're on 93 or 92 right now, but I can tell it's very restricted, which is good. Come on, baby, we're gonna try her again. Come on now. Oh, all right, we're gonna try this again. Downshift, 2500, start log. Are you? I'm getting K8 so hard. Oh my God. Did he turn around? Dude, I'm so confused. You guys seeing this? Ripping it. We successfully logged. That felt really slow. Like, it felt like it took me a long time to get up to, you know, the top of fourth. I'm gonna send that over to Shoop now, and hopefully he can work his magic. Alrighty guys, you already know there's only one place to celebrate after a successful data log. You already know it's time for some boba tea, baby. The Tara boba tea. This stuff goes crazy. All right, we're gonna check just to make sure nothing exploded. After our first pool, everything is looking pretty good. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Let's just check the rear just in case. Gotta take one more hit of this. I think we're good. I think we're clear. But this though, yo, Bimmer plug. What is that? That's a no-no right there. Both sides are doing that. They look nice though. I'll give them that. We can't be having that. So now I think it's time for us to just do a little bit of a log look over, just to see if everything went well. I'm gonna guess 20 pounds of boost. I'm gonna say 20 PSI. Be surprised if there's anything more than that. I think we had a successful pool for the first time. I think we might be in the clear. I also think to celebrate, we need to get some chicken strips. I think it's time for some chicken tenders, some chicken nuggets, something like that. I mean, I got this KFC over here looking at me. Right there, we might be coming there, I don't know yet. Or maybe a sub. I think we might do some kind of sub action. The wrap looks so good. Dude, I swear, when I use my little Osmo Pocket, nobody says anything. This setup, like everybody just laughs. Look how nice the satin looks. It's time for some log look over time. 21.5, jeez. I said 20, so we're pretty close. It's a little higher than I thought, but maybe it's just because I'm used to pump gas. I don't know. So our E-content, you can see 10, that's where we want to be. IATs are pretty low there, 79. I mean, it's only 51 degrees out. So I'm curious if this upgraded manifold is actually going to be doing some work there. We don't have any timing too, which is good. You guys see that? Zero timing across the board. Let's actually see our peak boost. Oh, 23. Never mind. Jeez, we're actually pushing it. It's honestly a little bit more boost than I thought, but I'm on basically just pump, and probably not very good pump. I mean, we're on Costco gas, Costco Premium 92. So this is bottom of the barrel. This is the most bottom of the barrel it's gonna get, and he probably could turn it up a little bit more too, just because our timing is we're still good on our timing corrections. Fourth gear pulls in boba tea. Fellas, are we cooking? I think we're cooking. This is an invincible combo. There's nothing that can top this, trust me. For any of you guys that have a B58 out there, go rip some fourth gear logs for your tuner, and then go get some boba tea, especially taro or honeydew, milk tea with tapioca, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It is the next day, and you guys are not gonna believe this. Let's just say, as soon as we thought the issues were over with the port injection, the whole reflex stuff, I was wrong. I was driving down the road, doing my own thing, just, you know, coming back from the gym. I was just in a Zen mindset, you know, I had the endorphins running after working out, and I'm just doing my thing. I'm driving home, I got music on low volume, and out of nowhere, as I'm driving, all of a sudden my car just starts bouncing. It felt like my car was turning into a basketball. I'm not even joking. It was herking, it was jerking. Next thing you know, I'm going to push down the pedal. Nothing's happening. I'm flooring the pedal. I'm like, oh Jesus. You know, I thought my transmission was busted. I thought there was some issue with that, but I kept hitting the pedal, nothing was happening. I got a line of like 10 cars behind me. Luckily enough though, I was able to pull over just in time to where I finally just ran out of power. The car coasted, I got over safe on the side of the road, and I was just thinking to myself, what could possibly be going on? Is my transmission messed up? Is my motive reflex just completely fried? Did my high pressure fuel pump just burn out? So it was super, super weird. I mean, I've never experienced something like that before in my life, and I was in the middle of nowhere, so I was just sitting there thinking, oh geez, you know, what am I gonna do? So get this, I call BMW roadside assistance. I'm thinking I need a tow truck. You know, I'm talking to my tuner, I'm talking to my friends that obviously are versed with how these cars and engines work. So I thought, you know what, tow truck's already en route. What happens if for some crazy reason I just ran out of fuel? So I get an Uber, I go to the gas station, I buy one of those, you know, 3-gallon jugs of fuel, I fill it up with premium, I take an Uber back. I'm on the side of the road thinking there's no way I just ran out of gas. You know, my tank says I have 1/4 of a tank left. I have 150 something miles. So I start pouring in the fuel. You know, I look like a hobo. People are probably going by and thinking, haha, look at stupid BMW owner. And what do you know? I put about a gallon of fuel in. I go back in the car, I go to turn it on, and vroom, it just starts right up. The entire time, I just ran out of fuel. And we think it happened during the low pressure fuel pump installation. The floater, it was basically bumped, so it wasn't actually able to get the accurate fuel reading. So there I was with 1/4 of a tank thinking, I don't need to go to the gas station. That's scary, fellas. I don't know if you've ever run out of gas before, but it is a really weird feeling. It's like you're chugging and it won't go, and it's herking and jerking. I mean, I probably burned some calories during that. But anyways, we still gotta fix the problem. We tried to see if we could recorrect the floater, but still nothing. And what's even crazier about this is I actually ripped my 4th gear log with virtually no fuel. I probably had less than 1/8 of a tank in the fuel tank when I ripped that log. I mean, that's what you guys saw earlier in the video. So when I sent that over to Shoop, he's like, that's weird. Your LPFP actual is only hitting 20 PSI. It should be in the 60s. So we thought, oh geez, it's probably another reflex issue. But then we thought, oh, you know what? Maybe it has to do with how low fuel content was actually in the car. So we are still trying to figure out if there is an issue with the actual motive reflex or if it really is just low fuel. So fellas, here we go again. Time to go down the rabbit hole. We got to rip another 4th gear log, and hopefully we should see our PSI somewhere in the 60s. That means that the port is actually working, it's turning on, and that we're good. We have no more issues with the port injection. And then this puppy, she's off and flying, okay? She's up in the sky. So fellas, here we go. We are gonna see if this car is broken or if it's ready for some full E85 and for my transmission to absolutely break. And just so you guys are aware, that fuel right there is not accurate at all. I honestly have no idea how much I actually have in my tank. I'm gonna assume maybe 3/4. So I cannot go by that guy at all, which kind of sucks because I like knowing how much fuel I have. And plus, if I was gonna mix any ethanol or anything, I'd have no idea or no way of knowing how much pump I actually have in my tank. So we have to get this fixed. And I know for a fact we're gonna hit rush hour. Definitely gonna be some rush hour up here. So let's just hope we get a little opening so we can do a quick little 4th gear Lagaroni. All right, here we go. Dude, that felt so much better. Oh my gosh, it's like no wonder. When I first took that 4th gear log, it just felt so slow. I was like, dude, there's no way. I mean, we gotta be 18 pounds of boost. But it makes sense, it's because it wasn't actually getting the proper fueling, but that actually felt legit. Like that felt like 24 pounds. I think we fixed it. I think the issue is fixed. I would be so surprised if it wasn't due to the fuel. So we're gonna review this log real quick and we're gonna see if we are in that 60s, which I think we are. I don't think it's gonna be a question. Listen to that purr, baby. Come on now. Alrighty, fellas, it is the moment of truth. I have the log pulled up right here. Question is, are we in the 60s for our LPFP actual? All right, let's see here. We are looking for, oh, there it is. Boom. Oh my gosh. Hold on, focus. LPFP actual PSI 66.1 with our set point 43. So we are on the money. We're in the 60s. So that means our boost is probably like 22 something. Let's see our boost. Yep, boost 22.6, baby. My math is correct. As you can see, we are fixed. At least not yet. I still got to send that log over and hopefully everything else looks good. But at least we're hitting our boost target through our LPFP, which is our low pressure fuel pump, which means our port is kicking on at 100% duty, baby. This thing is finally in business. That's what we've been waiting for. And my, oh my, we are just getting started. And I don't know about you guys, but what do you think is gonna happen to this guy next? I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little sick of this blue right here. As much as I love the Portimao blue, looks like this car got in an accident. We hit the junkyard. If it's not the hood, then I don't know, it might be the wheels. It might be something else. I guess you guys are just gonna have to see. You know I can't ruin the surprises. It's been way too long dealing with all this reflex issues, the motive stuff. Guys, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to finally get this thing tuned. Appreciate you tuning in. There's the pun. And until next time, it's gonna get a little crazy. So we'll see you in the next one.